Hi, I'm Allen Henderson, a broker at Henderson Real Estate. Welcome to the Ahwatukee History Project. Today, Marty's going to interview Joe Garner. Joe's the grandson of Arthur and Molly Hunter. In 1909, Arthur Hunter homesteaded the land in the open desert at what would become 48th Street and Thistle Landing. It was the start of what became Hunter Ranch. The ranch grew and became an integral part of the Kyrene Farming Community. Joe grew up on the Hunter Ranch. Hunter Ranch was located on a dirt road known as Hunter Drive, which is now known as 48th Street. Joe loved the ranch and refers to it as his wonderland and his playground. Let's listen in as Joe tells us about racing at the International Harvester Proving Ground, the Grand Prix of the Kyrene Farming Community, and the Mystery Foundation at the base of South Mountain.
We've talked about early days on the homestead. We talked about the Ahwatukee Ranch. We talked about the construction of the I-10 freeway. Now I'd like to ask you, Joe, did you have any encounters with the International Harvester Proving Grounds, today's Foothills?
Oh, the Proving Grounds. That was the Grand Prix of Ahwatukee. We would sneak onto the roads because the roads were good because International had to keep the roads good for their equipment. So the roads were good. So we would sneak onto the roads and just drive as fast as we could and without killing ourselves. And we tore up more roads than they could fix half the time, but we had a great opportunity to drive fast and drive, like a race car. So we always thought we were racers. But poor International Harvester had to clean up the mess afterwards.
What mess would that have been?
Gouges where we, in the roads and slides where we slid to a stop and, and their equipment was bouncing all over. So they had to keep their roads clean, but they always had the grader out there after we were finished doing our little thing. But it was fun. International had, there was a lot of road to run on, and it wasn't legal. We snuck onto the property, but nothing was damaged.
Can you set the scene for us, since most folks have never actually seen what the Proving Grounds looked like? You're at today's 48th Street and Thistle Landing. Proving Grounds would be a few miles to the west of that. But what was it like as you approached it? How'd you get in?
Well, back then, the Chandler Boulevard or Williams Field ended at 32nd Street. And then there was a dirt road that went south for a mile and then turned into Pecos, which is Pecos Road now. Okay. And Pecos ran right straight into the opening gates of Proving Grounds. And they had a big shop there that they did their repair with. And a shop, big, like a warehouse where they kept a lot of their equipment inside for the heat. And back then, there was no fences. There was only the roads, and the roads went up the mountains, down the mountains, around the mountain, around the flat ground. They tested all their equipment, see. And it was perfect for a couple of kids in the car to go test their driving skills. And me and my brother-in-law took advantage of that.
Was there a sign? I mean, did you have some indication you were entering the Proving Grounds?
Well, there was signs, but we couldn't read back then, We decided it was free game. So signs mean nothing to us because we thought we had opportunity to do it, so we were going to do it. So
okay.
And they were nice about it. They knew who we were, but being a community boy, they didn't push it hardly.
Okay. Did you advertise the fact you were driving on the roads?
No. We just, our egos were so big that we thought that we were doing something that nobody else done. And we were foolish enough to think that we were getting away with it. But we were just allowed to do that most of the time because they discouraged it publicly, but privately they said, this is going to happen.
They wish they were out there with you.
Yes.
While we're in that geographic neck of the woods, you described before tossing dynamite into some potential mines, that kind of thing. Can you, relative to today's Foothills, where would that have been?
It was right near the Proving Grounds. It was there. There's small hills back there where the Proving Ground went up and down and around and stuff. Yeah. And just to the west of there was these little, and they were caves. Natural caves, which were perfect for mining operations that we were tempted because my uncle thought it would be nice to, instead of having to blow up a perfectly good mountain, we could blow up a perfectly good cave.
Okay.
You know?
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah, but he would, I don't know, it seemed to me like it wasn't a giant explosion, but it was an explosion enough where it scattered the rocks, and we could go look and find the gold.
Yeah. Joe, would this be where today, or close to where houses are?
Yes, that's where about 17th Avenue is out there, and the housing that is there now is right on top of that. And of course, Pecos is being built out through there, the freeway, and it's right through that area where the potential gold was buried.
The fool's gold.
Fool's gold.
And again, staying in that geographic area, there was something that we see today when we take one of the hiking trails. It's the ruins of, I don't know what.
Oh,
do you know what I'm referring to?
Oh yeah. The mystery foundation out in the hills, and it always has fascinated me of why was it there and who made it. Yeah. And my uncles told a story that there was always a drink there. And it was I've heard it was a mining camp. I've heard it was a speakeasy. I've heard it was somebody's home. And the story that was related to me was that it was packed, all the equipment and all the material was packed in on horses to build the thing originally. And what it became, I'm not quite sure because of the variation of the explanations of what it was.
Right.
But evidently there was an attempt there to build an establishment of some kind. And it's back in the hills where it's not accessible easily.
Beautiful spot at the foot of South Mountain there.
It's a beautiful spot. And I think the foundation is still there today.
Absolutely it is, yes.
And I have not been back there in a while, but it's amazing that it has withstood the test of time with the area being developed like it is.
Well, of course, development doesn't reach right where that is because it's tucked away so nicely. Not only is the foundation standing, but the big signature fireplace is still standing.
Oh, gosh, yes.
Pretty amazing.
Somebody did a lot of work on building that fireplace. Yeah. That was a lot of effort.
So what do you think? What was it?
I have the tendency to think it was like a speakeasy bar, maybe a bar with some feminine touches. Maybe.
Nicely put.
So
okay.
I'm not swearing to that, but
unfortunately, I think all the folks who knew for sure are no longer with us.
I think you're right. Yeah. I think that secret's going to go down in history as a secret.
Yeah.
If you enjoyed the video and want to see future episodes of the Ahwatukee History Project, be sure to give us a like and click the subscribe button. Questions and comments are always welcome.